Are you making new videos to drum up business? What kind of videos you making? You talking in the camera, interviewing people? Who are they? What's your message? Is it clear? What are you doing? At Used Car Week 2024, Matthew Davis, CMO, TradePending, held a session about video production process for dealers. I said, Matthew, you're perfect for a live show on ATI. So please, say hello, make new friends, grow your network, and learn from the best on ATI number 1, ATI Auto Business. What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business, automotive ecosystem, where everyone learns more about the automotive industry. Let's get started with top industry news and headlines that include Trump tariff news now changes hourly. Stock market down, recession is maybe. And Tesla brand is taking some shots. At the quarter, we got your video production process with Matthew Davis, CMO, TradePending. This is show 389 on a Tuesday night. What is your video process? What's the ROI of your video marketing? We're going to have a great conversation with Matthew. He is my feature guest tonight. CMO at TradePending. If you're not familiar with TradePending, you probably will learn more about TradePending. You'll learn more about Matthew. You've seen his videos on LinkedIn. He likes to try and be educational and help explain how you can improve different parts of the dealership through properly developed video production ideas. They've also got smart marketing over there, which catches your eye and also lets you know that they're into media. This is the session he held at Used Car Week. Everything you always wanted to know about video, but were afraid to ask. Now, I thought it would be packed. We're going to talk to Matthew about that. He is on the street. He talks to dealers in the sales room. He talks to people on the street. I say get to know your full ecosystem, new, used, OEM dealer, auction logistics, and more. Whether we're doing that, I don't know. Maybe. The ecosystem's neutral zone is here because the golden age is here. This gets worse every week. This was like, what, January? Wow. And Tuesday nights is the automotive ecosystem, and slam, crash, whack. Last Tuesday night, we were talking about reducing motor carrier risk. What a party. Actually, it was a great video, and if you want to, you can search YouTube for reducing motor carrier risk, and you can jump ahead in the time code. This is actually some really good stuff in here, talking about active risk management, getting management, working with drivers, using technology, data, AI, etc. On Thursdays, I do sometimes do industry logistics. This Thursday, we're going to do another lawsuit. Yeah. Pink Cheetah Express is saying, man, where's the broker transparency, dude? We're going to take you to court. And it's TQL. Which is that's an eye-opener. All right, let's go ahead and do some news. Just a few minutes after the hour. Well, thanks, Wendy. Thank you. That's awesome. Super cool. Yeah. Matthew's got friends everywhere, and so we're lucky to have him tonight. All right, breaking news. The news now changes hourly. I mean, putting together a news segment's not easy. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Now, I'm not calling him a flip-flopper. That's not what I'm doing. There are some that would probably choose that language. But anyways, Doug Ford of Ontario, Canada, has already suspended the 25% surcharge on electricity that earlier today he said he was going to do, and recently threatened that he was going to do. And there's a hot trade war raising tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum imports to 50%. Man, there's no way to keep track now what the tariff percent is and who it affects. Trump ordered additional 25% tariff on Canadian steel and aluminum imports. That was today. That was earlier. And bring the total U.S. levy on Canadian steel and aluminum. I think we're at 50% on Canadian steel and aluminum. We need like a tariff hotline. Trump also demanded that Canada eliminate their 250% to 390% tariff on various American dairy products. I didn't even know about that. I mean, not that I need to know, but I didn't know. U.S. stock market, okay, this is Monday, lost $4 trillion in value as Trump plows ahead on tariffs. I realize, right, that's temporary. That's don't get your hair on fire. And over the weekend, auto industry is riding the tariff roller coaster. You saw this one driving up U.S. car prices by as much as $12,000 per car. But, rich people buy new cars. 12 grand, 15 grand. How much do you need? 220, 221. Trump suspends most new tariffs on Mexico until April 2nd. Okay. Trump says U.S. will experience a period of transition when asked if economy could see a recession this year. Commerce Secretary said there's no chance of an economic decline. That doesn't sound right. Trump declined to explicitly rule out a full-blown recession for the U.S., saying that it's a period of transition. I hate to predict things. It's a period of transition. We're bringing wealth back to America. It could take a little bit of time. Understandable. But yes, Trump admits he's willing to let Americans suffer for his trade war. Again, nothing's easy. You see all kinds of headlines. U.S. trade deficit surges to a record ahead of Trump tariffs, which I think is what we're trying to reduce, but it's surging. Trump said on Wednesday he's exempting automakers from newly imposed tariffs on Mexico and Canada for 1 month. Golly. No pain, no gain. Or Wolverine Deadpool. That's what... Tesla shares plunged 15%, suffering steepest drop in 5 years. Tesla shares have lost over 50% of their value. Wow, now that's a lot. Wiping out over $800 billion in market cap. Wow. Tesla sell-off on Wall Street intensified on Monday, with shares of the EV maker plunging 50%, worst day since September 2020. That's 7 straight weeks of losses, longest streak since debuting on the NASDAQ. We all know why. We don't need to read that. Yes, uncertainty, Tesla dealing with brand erosion from Musk's incendiary political rhetoric, quote unquote, social network accusations, da-da-da-da-da, but yeah, I mean, and it's, man, what do you guys all do? Okay? And then you see that. It's a funny sign. Oh, and then it's a TIT. Interesting, okay. But that's, that's like, whoa, come on, man. Really? That's messed up, man. Musk expresses great difficulty running business empires. Tesla stock crashes. He's running multiple businesses. Now, remember, he does a lot of stuff. SpaceX, XAI, Tesla, Doge, chainsaw, flamethrower. It's hard, man. There's protests, shots fired at an Oregon showroom. He says it's tough sledding. But I think we're doing the right thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked him before. Now I'm kind of weirded out by the whole thing. I don't know. Exemptions will apply to car makers in line with the USMCA following talks with GM, Ford, Stellantis. The U.S. has officially imposed 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico, giving car makers a 1-month exemption. Wow, 1 month! If they comply with USMCA while imposing additional 20% tariffs on China. Right? We've got to just stick it to China no matter what. Auto industry pleads with Trump for long-term trade certainty. Come on. 1 month? What are we going to do with a month? A large cloud of uncertainty still hovers over automakers and suppliers struggling to get a read on long-term trade policy. It's all hands on deck. Until trade policy is modified with some level of long-term stability, it'll just look over its shoulder. Tariffs on hold for most auto imports. This is good. USMCA rules require 70% of the value of a vehicle or part to have originated in one of the 3 countries to move across borders duty-free. Luckily, 92% of vehicles entering the U.S. from Canada and Mexico met those requirements in 2023. So that's good. There's some other requirements, but, I mean, you don't want to go through every car in the database, do you? It's now about understanding the logistics of everything. God, that sounds like COVID. It's chaos, little time to react. I mean, what do you do? The last thing you want to do is abandon facilities you already have, only to find out 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 4 hours from now, you didn't need to do that. I mean, really, how do you make a plan? Americans are behind on car payments at a record level. Auto loan 60-plus day delinquency index. Wow. Highest ever. Oh, man. That's a lot. Car costs, loans, insurance, stress. Highest level since it's the highest level since the agency began collecting data. Prime borrower scores faring better than subprime. Vehicle prices higher, averaging just under 50 grand. High loan rates. Car insurance rates. Repair and maintenance costs have risen by a third. Wow, that's a lot. Number of credit card holders only making minimum payments rose. Oh, that's not good. Oh my God. But hey, in other news, Ford overhauled its media center to better serve creators and influencers. Wow, some reasonable news? Thanks, Jay. Ford replaced its traditional media center with a new channel aimed at consumers who increasingly turn to creators over mainstream media for brand news and information. Right? What are you going to pay attention to? A company press release or social media montage? Launched in late January, the Ford From the Road channel trades traditional press releases for a central hub of videos, photos, articles, some created by Ford, others sourced from creators. And press releases are available, but they're tucked away in a separate tab. See, I'm telling you, press releases are almost done. Now, press releases are a source for news, but on their own, Sorry, press releases. Ford is shifting its communication strategy, capitalizing on the influx of enthusiasts, creators, internal and external influencers, right? Because it's all about who you know. It's about relationships and who you had lunch with. TikTok's industry head on automotive ads for inventory product launch. Oh, yeah, TikTok for business. Getting serious. So we're going to be talking about media tonight. There's a little bit of news. ATI is where everyone learns more about the auto industry. And if you don't want to learn more about the auto industry, don't watch ATI. You wouldn't be the first person to make that choice. New, used, auction, logistics, tech, and more. I don't ship cars. I move information. I do have a podcast as well. ATI Auto Business. You can go there. You can contact me. And now get ready. We're going to talk to Matthew. So do me a favor. Stick around after this. We're going to be live with Matthew. Maybe 30 minutes. Something like that. If you're thinking about your video or your social media or whatever, this is an idea, session, brainstorming, info. And by the way, I want to know, Matthew, what did you talk about at your session at Used Car Week? Stick around. We'll be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verifications of loads where nobody ever answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021, or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S., so you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our Price Watch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Don't lose any more sleep worrying about missing leads. Get Transport Auto Quoter to quote the right price the first time, every time. Run your business with TAQ. visit transportautoquoter.com. All right, here we go. Please do help me wish a very warm welcome to my feature guest tonight, Matthew Davis, CMO TradePending. Matthew, how are you doing?
Doing great, Jay. How are you?
I'm good. It's great to have you live on my channel after all this time. Months. We talked about this months ago.
It's been months. I don't know what you were waiting for. I mean,
I know,
get
right?
all the good guests out of the way first, I guess. I don't know.
Something. That's my strategy. All right, before we go any further, please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
All right, Matthew Davis. I'm here in the TradePending World Headquarters in Chapel Hill, North Carolina right now. I've got a wife and I've got 3 kids. One's a high school junior, and then I've got boy-girl twins who are freshmen in high school right now. So we're at the tail end of parenting, at least the really, helicopter parenting stage that we're in. So we're about to shoot them out the door, but that's the personal stuff. From the professional side, I've been with TradePending now for 5 years. It's been a blast. That's the same amount of time I've been in automotive. And I love working in the space because A, it's a ton of fun. People love to hustle. They love to work hard. And I identify that as an entrepreneurial spirit about this. And it's just a good time. Like, you can do a lot, you can say a lot, and you can educate a lot, you can entertain a lot. It's just a very receptive industry, I think, for people of all flavors.
You have a passion for video, right?
I do.
I mean, right? And tell me more about that. What's that all about?
Well, depending on how far back we want to go, but I grew up like as a kid, like doing like the church musicals and church plays. So I was kind of used to being on stage, and then in college started a band. I fronted a band for 10 years. And then, when you like work a corporate gig, you don't really get to do like fun stuff anymore, like play shows, occasionally get on stage and speak or whatever. And I've done some side hustles where, I'm doing my own like YouTube videos and stuff like that. If you search hard enough for it, you can probably find it. And then when TradePending acquired Snapcell in the back half of 2023, that was the video platform. It was like, okay, we're going to lean real heavy into video, not only in terms of educating our customers about it and how to do it better, but then also from the marketing side, we're going to really lean heavily into video because it's one of the mediums left that marketers haven't totally ruined yet.
Well, I'm glad I asked because when you're doing video, so you're going to see, I think you know this about me. I have this like pessimistic side, okay, and it'll rear its head occasionally.
Okay.
But I don't see it as a bad thing because I think life is full of duality, okay? So, right, yin yang and all that. Some people just show the yin and you never see the yang and you're like, wait a minute, it's got to be a yang. Okay, having said that, so when you're doing video, it looks like you're genuinely enjoying it. It's one of the things I like about when you do it. Am I right?
You are right, but sometimes it's, like Smokey Robinson, Tears of a Clown. You're having a bad day and you got to put on the smiling face and go do your job and be great in front of the camera. Like right now, as soon as we're done with this, I'm probably going to lay down in the corner and kind of just curl up and cry for a little bit. I'm kidding. I'm having a great time. I'm happy to be here. But yes, I really like doing this.
So, all right, so that's great. So, okay, along with my duality, like, before, you ever, like, right as you're getting ready, you're kind of tired of prep, but then when you go into the production, there's the second wind. Like, I'm actually enjoying doing this right now, but I did get tired of prep earlier today. And I think pointing out these moments will actually be helpful as we go into, when you talked at Used Car Week about video production process, that's not just a title to make friends. There is a lot to do that maybe wasn't talked about. When I was putting together the email for this show, I said, you train on everything else. I've seen the videos. It's a war room. I mean, you got the Elliott Army out there pumping iron and screaming, but when it comes to video production, get the camera, hit the record button. What's wrong with you? Well, that's not exactly right, is it?
No, it's totally right. You can do it however you want, as long as you start doing it, right? So you can see, like we've amped up the production value here a little bit in the trade pending TV studios. We got like the fancy light back there, some backlighting, some floor lighting. I got a little pencil microphone here, and I've got a teleprompter here. Everything I'm saying right now is 100% scripted. I'm just reading from the teleprompter. So that's super easy. But I mean, the beauty of video right now is the simplicity is that anybody can do it. You just gotta like look at your freaking phone and talk to it like you're talking to a person. And I think that's where a lot of people will get hung up on it. Like, oh, it's got to be really good. If you're a salesperson, if you're a technician, you don't need great production quality. You need your personality, and a smile, and that's freaking it.
Okay. You know, you're beating me up over here. No.
You said it was going to be okay if I disagreed with you. So
no, I know, I did.
out.
No, actually, I'm kidding, right? It's part of this shtick. I'm reading, too. But you have to be intentional of what it is you're trying to do. You can't just do those things. Don't you have to have a purpose?
That is true.
Okay.
Right. So you talk about being intentional, right? That's different than necessarily production value, right? So intentional is, I'm going to send a video for every single lead I get. I'm going to send a thank you video when somebody comes into the showroom. When somebody's car is being loaded off the truck that they've been waiting on, I'm going to send them video of it arriving, and people are going to lose their minds over that. They're going to love that. So if you're intentional about your process, yes, 100%.
All right, which leads us into when you talked about, again, what was it? Everything you wanted to know about video, but were afraid to ask.
That's right.
I'm telling you, but again, I'm a video guy. I thought, I'm going to go to this thing, and I'm not going to get a seat. Did that happen?
No.
Why?
It was you and like 5 other people.
I don't know why. I still don't know why.
Well,
if everybody,
I know why.
Why?
The used car week is not like the marketing people from dealerships. It's not necessarily the GMs, the people who are invested in this. So it's okay. It could be me. I'm willing to admit that. It might have been being.
No, you're cool, man. People like you.
I did. Well, thank you.
Do.
For that. Thank you for that. But it was the wrong message for the wrong audience. I'd say if I were to go to the dealership video conference, blowing it out of the water. It'd be standing room only.
Is there a dealership video conference?
There's not.
Okay, but if there was, they'd have 100 people chomping at the bit to get on stage, and they'd pick CDK and JD Power. There, I said it. Listen, I'm trying to point something out, which is this is a really important field, and I don't know if there's any way to properly shine a light on it.
We're at the early stages still, despite the fact that, quotes, video has been around for a while. We're still semi-early stages of doing video at a dealership in the sales department, in the service department. There is still a lot of education that needs to happen. And hopefully that education is going to be on how to do it right and not to abuse it, because marketers like to ruin everything. I say that being a marketer, like, so, email, ran that into the ground. Text messaging, man, we're pummeling that thing to death. Here comes video, we got a new shiny toy. What I mean by that is there's a, dare I quote something around that, there's a golden age right now for doing video in a dealership. I was watching the intro section there. There's a golden age of doing video.
Oh, man.
Because it is unique and it's different, and it's going to get people's attention. In 5-10 years, it could be a commodity that everybody's doing it everywhere. Probably not, but here we are today. There's a lot of opportunity. We're doing it right.
All right, so one of the things that I think about, okay, yeah, you can make a video. You're there when the car gets delivered. You're in the service department. The lead comes in online. They want to know about the specific model. Somebody goes out to it, does a video. Hey, Catherine, we got your car. These are all great uses. But to stay consistent with the high volume of video, and now that I know, there's no SD cards, so phones will fill up. What is going to be the next level process and device? Will dealerships have dedicated, let's say you have laws with data, will there be devices at dealerships that are for hey, grab dealer video phone 1, go out there with Steadicam. This is what I'm asking. Where are we headed with this?
No, definitely not that direction. So give me a minute here. So, I mean, that's the whole benefit of having a video platform and like hiring a company like TradePending or one of our competitors, right? You've got an app on your phone that is essentially helping you do the recording. That handles all the storage, it handles all the reporting, all the tracking, all the syncing with the CRM. So you don't have to do anything. So people can use their own phone. And obviously, there's lots of different types of doing video at a dealership. There's what you described, the salespeople shooting videos of the walk around. There's the service techs doing a multi-point inspection video. But then there's the kind of the next level up, and you've got like guys at the far end of that spectrum, like Mohawk Chevrolet, and they did that whole office spoof about the dealership, and it was freaking amazing, right? Like that's another next level of doing video. And honestly, I don't think everyone is going to do that, nor should they. I think for the people who have that creative muscle and the capability, they'll do it, and they're going to do great at it. But everyone else, like, it's okay just to do regular, normal video.
I agree with you totally. That's that Mohawk did something special. I saw that when I first saw their video. If you haven't listened, if you haven't seen, go out there. What do you search? Mohawk Chevrolet on YouTube.
Oh my God, they nailed it.
And it you feel like you're watching The Office, but you know that you're not, and it's about cars. It can't be duplicated. Nobody should try. I mean, you can if you want to. Actually, they set the bar so high, I don't even know if you can. But, okay, wait, did you just say TradePending has a software, this is not a commercial, that sounds like it, that to be used so that you're not taking up space on your personal device?
Yeah, that's correct.
What? I didn't know that.
Well, here we go. I will spare you the full sales pitch, but yeah, anybody who wants to learn more about that, we've got a video platform, super easy to use for salespeople, for service people. It's the cat's pajamas. That's the pitch right there. That's why they don't let the marketing guy do sales, because that was my sales pitch. It was like all of like 5 seconds. But
Okay,
we're here to talk about. We're not here to sell. We're here to talk about other things here.
Well, now hold your horses. I mean, we can sell something.
Let's go.
So I'm on your website. Where do I go to learn about this?
We should go to products up at the top in the menu
Okay.
there, and then go to video for sales. There it is.
We did not plan this.
You
That's
better
cool.
accept those cookies because we value your privacy.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I love cookies. All right. So, do you have a name for this? And that's, okay, you talked about SnapCell.
Right. Yeah, so SnapCell was the company we acquired. Great product, great people. And
Manage
if you haven't ever
reward.
looked at our products, I really like creativity and being creative, but like our product names is not an area where we try to get creative. We just try to name them what the heck they do. You want a trade-in tool, it's called trade. You want a payment calculator, it's called payments. You want a video tool, it's called video for sales or video for service. Pretty straightforward.
I actually prefer that approach. Okay, what are other topics in your... Because I know you talked for a while. What else did you talk about? What other areas of thought?
Yeah, so I kind of went through the whole evolution of communication and how we ended up with video, which we don't need to get into that. And then I went into what does the data say? And kind of the two big examples here. One is we worked with Duran Cage Automotive, amazing fellow, also a big video advocate. Because he works with lots and lots of dealerships, he pulled data on over 120,000 emails sent over the course of a year from the dealerships he works with. For the roughly 40,000 that included a video versus the 80,000 that didn't. So we're talking statistically significant numbers here. When a video included an email, it got 94% more appointments set. And like, to me, that's like the record scratch moment, like, right? So including a video in your outreach can double the amount of appointments that you set. Like, that's as close to a silver bullet as you're gonna get. And the reason for it is because it cuts through the clutter, it cuts through the noise, and people can actually see the person that they're talking to and see they're a normal person, not a schmuck or not somebody that they're going to disagree with or not get along with. Same holds true on the service side. It was a J.D. Power study. They said if you include photo or video in your multi-point inspection so customers can actually see what's broken, they will accept the additional repairs at twice the amount. You've already got them there in the lane. they're already getting service done, and they will accept 50% more service because you've told them what is wrong. Customers need to see, to believe, to approve. That is a mantra that I just repeat over and over again. You got to see, to believe, to approve. If you don't, they don't believe you, they don't trust you, if they think you're trying to rob you, send them a video, they will believe you. And if they can't do it right then, maybe you hit them with some sunbit or some financing options so that they can. It is an absolutely phenomenal tool, both on the sales and service side.
Wow, those are awesome data points. And then there is the technical side of when you put the video in the email. Do you need a tool like SnapCell so that you're not weighing down the email, right? Are there some technical things to get right?
Yeah, so it's this one of the other areas I covered. So it's like, what are your options? If you're going to do video, if you're not doing it today, you've got a handful of options. So one, you can shoot the video yourself on your phone with no tool or no technology. If that's all you can do, do it. But there's some issue, you got to be cognizant of the issues. So one, it is not going to be TCPA compliant. That's kind of the red flag number one. Number two, like you're saying, it eats up storage on your phone. Number three, you can't track it. You don't know when people are reading it or watching it, so you get no reporting. It doesn't integrate with your CRM, so no one can actually figure out what the heck you're doing. That's option one. Option two, you can use kind of the all-in-one video platforms that will serve automotive, they'll serve healthcare, they'll serve nursing homes, they'll serve hair salons, and they're usually the cheapest, right? And that's because they're building a platform to do everything for everybody. The downside of that is a lot of times they will lack the automotive-specific features that make something really easy to use. And as you know, when something is hard to use in a dealership, it doesn't really get used as much. So that's option two. Option three is some CRMs have a video tool baked into the CRM. Super simple approach there, but again, it's a feature, so it doesn't always get the amount of love that would if it was a dedicated standalone product. A lot of times they'll also tell you that it's free. It is not free. They charge you for it. You got to look. It's a separate item in the line item in the invoice. And then lastly, you have automotive specific video tools that are just focused on automotive, helping you sell, helping you service. That's the bucket that TradePending falls into. That's the good side there is it's built for that. It's not going to be your cheapest alternative out there, but it's probably going to be the best overall solution.
I know you're not trying to sell me, and I respect that, but I do know, this is why I was asking these questions, because let's say you get the video right, let's say it's intentional, let's say it's working, you do need to be able to measure that to understand where you're headed next, what to do with the customer next, what?
Right, so you're looking to a couple things. So the ultimate goal is you're trying to make more money. Like you go all the way down, well, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Right. So that's pretty straightforward. So then how do you get, what are the steps in between there? So if you were sending a personalized video to a sales prospect, we hear this all the time from our customers, like, hey, the people coming in to buy this car, they told us they drove past 2 other dealerships that were closer. They came to us because we sent them a personal touch, right? That's why you're doing this. So you can build that human connection before somebody sets foot in the door. And then on the service side, it's the same thing. Like you're ultimately trying to, you want to make more money, but the end goal isn't always to make more money. It's to get people back into their cars as safe as possible. So being able to show people that, hey, you should look at your brakes. Here's the freaking picture. You're gonna murder somebody if you don't get these things replaced, right? That's the why.
Do you then, once you get through the process, through the data, do you talk with dealer sales to say, listen, here's how you'll know that they just watched the video. These are the things that you should do next, right? Just like we know if somebody replies to an email or a text, and then that triggers the next action, and we were hoping for that. And so on this scale, you need to know, are people watching the videos, right? You need to know this stuff.
Yeah, a good video tool is going to alert you when somebody watches it for the first time. That data is going to pump back into your CRM and the video platform, so you can actually see who's doing what and how and when and where. So you got all that stuff at your fingertips, where you want to do it in a platform like ours, or you want to see that data in your CRM. But yeah, the best tools out there are going to let you know when you need to do things. And I don't know if I made this up or not, but I got the 3 Ps, right? To be really successful, you got to have great people first and foremost, right? If you don't have that, everything falls apart. Then number two, you got to have a great process in place. So you could be selling a crap ton of cars without a ton of fancy technology. So as long as you got good people and good process, you start to layer in good product now, good technology product, that just makes you more efficient, enables you to do more and handle more volume. And so that's a good video tool, is just an amplifier for good people and good process.
So here's feedback. So I didn't know all this about TradePending until talking to you now. One of the things that, I mean, I already liked video production and cameras and microphones. Who doesn't like that stuff? But I found that through creating ATI, I've learned so much more about other companies, other business verticals, really what you just told me I didn't know.
Well, I mean, you said this is a place for anyone to come and learn about automotive. So
Yeah, well, I did. That's why I say it. I stand by that.
I almost didn't attend because I didn't want to learn anything new.
What
I
does
was
he
kind of
do?
done for the day.
Yeah, I mean, you know, well, I'll have like prep meetings with people, and they say, well, aren't you like a logistics channel? I'm like, as Paul Machine says, throw the box away. Don't think about what you think. Like, it doesn't work that anymore. It's, what do you want to talk about? What are you interested in? What can I learn? Teach me. I know that you had some other nuggets in your session at Used Car Week. Are there any other nuggets you can think of that we didn't talk about?
I think I walked through a ton of examples of, here's 20 different types of videos you can send on the sales side and 15 on the service side, which can be overwhelming. And ultimately it boils down to, if you can only send one video, if you're a salesperson, it's got to be that lead follow-up. Thank you, I'm Matthew. I'll be working with you here. Thank you for your interest in this beautiful 2019 Toyota Camry. Let me show it to you real quick, right? If you can only do one thing with video, do that. On the service side, it's a no-brainer. It's doing that multi-point inspection video. That is it's the best thing you can do on the service side in terms of sending video, to make the customer feel at ease, to build trust with them, and to ultimately put better cars back on the road while improving the bottom line. That was it. That was kind of like my main two takeaways from the presentation right there.
And so here's a follow-up. Are those kind of your two main uses for video at the dealership? The sales video, the service video? I don't know. Is there any reason to make a video in F&I? I mean, I don't know. Is there?
You can. So
asking?
Yeah. So that is not a common use case, but we have seen it times when people will sit down and somebody's out of state and they need to use video and live stream in to actually work the deal with the F&I office. So yeah, you can certainly make use of it there. It's less about it's more synchronous than asynchronous, if I'm going to use kind of fancy video words there.
Ooh, so I have not heard of this. So live streaming with the F&I department, that happens?
It does. Not as common as sending a walk-around video of a car, but it happens.
That's a great idea. So what platform do you use? I mean, I like Zoom, but what platform do you have? Do you do that through Snapcell or?
You could, yeah. Zoom, FaceTime. You can use our platform to do that as well. So it's whatever really works there for you. Whatever tools you have at your disposal.
Share the documents, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, you just be handling via email or text, something like that. Yep.
But that's interesting. I did not know that.
You can use video for everything, Jay.
Is there another use that I'm not that? Okay, so sales, service, F&I live streaming. Is there something else we're not? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, I briefly mentioned it before, but we had an example in the deck from Used Car Week, and Jay, I'm happy to throw that link in the comments or whatever, share that out with folks. But it was a Porsche was rolling off the back of a truck that had been delivered, and they're out there sending a video of the car being delivered so that the owner of this car they've been waiting on can actually see it before he can go in and pick it up. Like, that's kind of like bridging that whole gap in with logistics. Like how great would you feel if you're sitting at your desk like I do every day, and all of a sudden you see your new car rolling off the truck? You're like, hell yeah, I'm calling in sick.
Right,
I'm gonna go get this thing.
So that's the champagne popper right there. Right. I did see. I think it was a video of. It was an Asian dealership. It was. I don't know what country it was, but it was neat because they were buying a car and like the whole staff was out there with gifts and they were bowing and it was cool. Like I was like, wow, that's man. For I mean, you know, if you're buying a car, that's a great way to do it. It was like they were getting married, but it was a car. So I mean, you know, with the way prices are now. Wendy says, what about VMPIs? Can we do those with your tool?
The multi-point inspection videos, yes, that is the service side of the product there. So 100%.
All right, there you go, Wendy. Wendy, thanks for the question.
Wendy,
thanks for
good
saying
to
hello.
see you virtually.
Yeah, it's great to have her here. If you got an extra like, I always say please do leave a like. Matthew, it was fun having you on. Final thoughts. Is there anything we missed?
I think we have uncovered lots of rocks today. I have no final thoughts for you at this moment.
All right, I've got a final thought.
Okay.
I said this before. Okay, NADA, lots of video. Was there any, right? Was there anything you saw? Let's go positive. Was there anything you saw that you were like, wow, that's awesome? Now you're on the record here because I mean there was a lot.
No, nothing I saw was awesome. But it's just because like I get it. I have done the same thing. I will do the same thing again. You're at NADA. You've got all your friends there, your customers there, and it's a great opportunity to shoot video with them and do video content. So kudos to all of my marketing peers out there that were doing that. But if that's all the video that you're doing for the year, it's not enough. Actually, keep that up because we're going to lap you when it comes to everything else. But one of the most fun uses of video I've seen in ADA was actually in 2024. And I'm going to pat ourselves on the back here because we went out to the desert in Las Vegas and we blew up a truck with TradePending stuff all over it because we needed to blow up the perception that we're just a trade tool anymore. So we actually have a legitimately blowing up a truck in the desert commercial on our YouTube channel. It's a ton of fun. That's the most fun thing I've seen with video at an NADA. Jay, I'm curious. You brought this up. Like, what were your thoughts? What did you see?
Yeah, and I'm glad you asked me. What a setup. So I've been a part of making live content at trade shows. Sometimes there was content we recorded and I thought, When I see what's happening at NADA, it's 20 times that, and I'm thinking, what's happening? Like, I think we're gonna. I don't know if we probably haven't hit the ceiling yet, but I think there's so much recording happening that it's almost, Fonzie jumped the shark
right
in Happy Days. I feel like we're jumping the shark in video at NADA. And if we haven't jumped to the shark,
cameras everywhere. You can't walk anywhere without being filmed.
It's like paparazzi. You know, when you see the paparazzi on the red carpet, and as regular human beings, we see paparazzi and we're like, wow, that's pretty ridiculous.
I think that's actually a great idea. We need to have like a little red carpet at our booth next year and come up and do like the VIP like video shoot.
You could, because there's enough cameras already there. You just need the carpet. And I don't want that to sound like sour grapes. That's my honest opinion. I just think it's like, whoa, like, and here's how I think I know it's more than speculation. Where is all that footage?
It's deep in the marketing archives at every company.
80% of the interviews recorded at NADA are missing. Actually, there's an ad campaign.
Well, so I hear you. But everybody's got to start somewhere. Not everyone can be like pro level like us right here, right?
Oh yeah. Everybody
so,
wants
it.
Right.
When I was doing my YouTube stuff, right, and then like people would hate on stuff because it was brand new. You're like, whatever. You were the same jackass like 3 years ago. Give me a break.
Well, okay, so I'm actually going to take a side alley because I think it's some of the really big companies that drop a bunch of money to have all these cameras, and I don't think they're making worthwhile content.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment. But
there you go. Hey, nobody wants to. I mean, you're not going to. And that's where I'm saying I think the camera was just part of the show, and there might not even be a tape. You're like to the camera guy, when are you going to edit this? He's like, oh yeah, I don't even have a tape in here. I mean, I'm just a paid extra. I don't even know what we're doing. So that is it's just a side note. I don't know where this is all headed, but I do think that there is kind of a video war now. I think it's happening, and you know, it's not pretty, it's not the greatest, but it does show the power. Shows the power of media. That's
I'll take a
silver
video
lining.
war any day over an AI war, because that's when people start dying.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Davis, CMO of TradePending. That was fun, Matthew. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for having me, Jay.
All right, see you, man. I'll take care. Okay, and that's a cut. Okay, I let him go. All right. I know it's, you know, I talk about some of this stuff because I just don't think anybody will. And I believed something for a very long time. It may not be true, but I believe that if I think it, and I think it more than once, somebody else is thinking it. Probably, maybe. But there are things we can't say. We don't want to offend anybody. We don't want to. But I mean, that's a lot of cameras at any. I mean, that's a lot. All right. I really do want to thank Matthew Davis and TradePending, and I want to thank you. Thanks for jumping in the live chat. Retail My Ride, Brian Ortega, Wendy Reeves, anybody else who said hello, whether in the live chat or on demand. Thanks for watching ATI. Thank you, Murphy Auto Transport Services. Thank you, Superflow Systems. Thursday's show at noon, we're going to do, yes, it's another lawsuit show. Probably won't make people as angry because it's not any big corp. Well, TQL. There goes that. Dang it. Now TQL will never advertise on ATI. Oh well, put them on the list. This has been another ATI production. My name is Jay. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'll be here periodically, you know, making shows, doing my thing, and bringing up things that, I don't know, people aren't sure if it's a thing or we should, or, you know, what's Trump doing? What's Elon doing? Is there a tariff? Isn't there a tariff? What's the percentage? Who knows? Stay tuned. We'll see you again soon. Thanks, everybody. Good night.